is Nicole Harris, and this is Victor Patrascan. He's waving. Welcome to our podcast called The Bugbear. It's not called The Bugbear, it's called Bugbear. And every week we're going to be discussing a different topic. This week is public transport. Sounds a bit boring.
That was my reaction.
What was that?
That was my reaction to public transport.
Oh, because I thought that it had frozen because of the Wi-Fi connection.
No, that was an honest. I was trying to connect my face and my hands to my soul.
Oh God, and that's your soul. Jeez.
Yeah. And
okay, that's scary. But we don't have to look into Victor's soul for this podcast. Just the soul of public transport, which is fun, and it's a funny discussion, and it leads to discussions about other interesting topics, which you will have to listen and find out. Is that not right, Victor Patrascan?
Exactly.
That's what I like, a man who agrees with me. Listen, enjoy, watch, share, and like.
Hello, Nicole Harris. How's it going?
Hello, Victor Patrascan. It's going better now, seeing you.
What's happened?
I was in a really bad mood.
Oh, how come? What's happening? Yeah, tell me all about it.
Well, because I'm fed up. Well, I'm all right. I'm fine. But I just got to a point where I was fed up of let's all be positive about lockdown. Let's all make the most of it. I want to go out. And I was just getting to the point of being annoyed and looking on Facebook and getting really pissed off with everyone. Just no matter if they're good, just going, and just everyone's got a talent that they're putting on Facebook. Everyone's, suddenly they can play the guitar, sing, play the piano, sing, rap, whatever, and they're all doing it on Facebook. And I'm like, oh God, not another bloody guitar.
Yeah, and there are secret talents, you never suspected them of having any talent, most people, right? And you're surprised. It's like, you have, sometimes are you sure it's a talent and not a skill?
Well, that's a good question. What's the difference?
Well, the difference is a talent is something that you're born with, and skill is the cheeky girls? They can sing.
Yes.
They have the skill of singing.
Yeah.
But they lack the talent of human connection.
What about Mariah Carey?
She's very talented. Her voice is it's objectively good, but her head does look weird. Jamie Foxx. The Jamie Foxx, the actor.
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember.
He had a bit about Mariah Carey's head. I just remember. Yeah.
He's an actor. He's not a comedian, though, is he?
Well, he started as a comedian / singer, and later became an actor that won an Oscar.
Right. Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Okay.
That guy is talented.
But talented, you can have natural talent, and then you can have natural talent or a skill.
Yeah.
Like being a good footballer. I watched, for example, last night I watched a documentary on Cristiano. What's this called? Ronaldo. What's his name? Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah. No, sorry, it was an interview by Piers Morgan.
Oh, okay. Same thing. Yeah.
Not a documentary.
All right.
But similar, and he was apparently Piers Morgan was saying that he thought he was the best footballer in the world. And it was interesting because Cristiano, what's his name again?
Ronaldo
Cristiano.
There've been footballers called Ronaldo for 25 years.
Yeah, but I get it. Is it Cristiano Ronaldo or Ronaldo Cristiano?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo, right? He was saying how it's interesting, and I didn't realise this. Right?
Oh, you don't know this?
I don't really care about football.
It's like not knowing who Mike Tyson is at his prime. Everyone's talking about this guy.
No, I don't listen to people. I don't listen. Yeah.
So what did you find out about Cristiano Ronaldo?
Two things that were interesting. The first thing was Piers Morgan was like, "Oh, you're the best player in the world," and Cristiano Ronaldo was like, oh, thank you, that means a lot to me, that means a lot to me. And he goes, oh, do you think you are the best player in the world, or do you think it's like Messi?
Oh.
Which I was like, well, I think it's pretty clear to me, but he meant Messi's another footballer.
Yeah, what do you think he meant?
I thought he meant it was a messy situation.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah. So anyway, Messi apparently is this other. Apparently, Messi is this other footballer who's also. And Cristiano Ronaldo said, this was interesting. It's subjective. Different people have different ideas about who the best footballer in the world is, and I thought that's interesting. It's a bit like comedians, because you know, some people think you're the best comedian in the world, some people think I am, some people think other people are.
And they shall be they shall remain nameless on this podcast. No one the comedian.
They're just wrong. But what was interesting was I didn't realize that sort of subjectivity, because he was like, people like different things in football.
Yeah, but they play different positions. Like, I think Cristiano Ronaldo is like a forward scorer kind of a person. I'm not very technical when it comes to football. I don't know what these things, but I know Messi is like a midfielder. He's like creating the game. He's more of a, but they're both talented, like supremely talented, right? Like, and there's a great debate on who is better than the other. But in sports, the thing that makes the sports different from what we're trying to do, which is art, it's this is supposed to be subjective. But in sports, they have numbers, they have stats, they have a number of cups that they won, number of goals, you know, the length of the field, how much they ran, you know what I mean? How much they sweat, you know. Football is more number based.
Well, you'd think so,
comedy,
but
it's not like that.
But there's still disagreement though on who's the best footballer in the world, which I find interesting.
Yeah. Do you think comedy can be quantified like that in numbers? Like, does it matter that Russell Peters sells more tickets than Daniel Tiffin?
No, you can't quantify it. And also, you can't quantify football either.
Well, you can't. There's a definite winner and a loser in football. That's the purpose why they play the game.
Yes, but you can't quantify who's the best footballer. That doesn't matter if you win the game or not.
Well, let's put it this way. If there's a guy who scores 5 goals on one team, and on the opposing team, there's a guy who scores 5 goals, but in their own, you know, against their own team, like own goals. So the other team wins 10-0. There's obviously one fantastic player in that game, the guy who scored against, you know what I mean?
Yes, but he could have just been having a good day.
Yeah, but it's objectively the best.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
and the other guy the worst.
2 people are. It's interesting because I don't even know about football, and now I'm sounding like an expert on football.
Yeah, we're listening to it. Go ahead. What do you think? What do you think they should do? They should change the entire game.
No, what I'm saying is, like, say you got this Cristiano Ronaldo, right?
Yeah.
And then you've got, he's obviously a really good footballer, right? He did this, even I thought it was good. He did this backwards kick. It was really good. I would love to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And he just whacked it in. Anyway.
Okay.
He did. He turned it. He was facing the wrong way from the goal.
Yeah.
The ball came here.
Yeah.
He went did a up with his legs.
Did it up with his legs
into the goal. That is a good. I do think it's a little, maybe a fluke. I don't know.
This is your native language, right?
Yeah, I can't explain.
Okay. So he did a back thing.
He did a back kick into the goal. He was facing away from the goal, and he flipped himself up in the air, and his feet kicked the ball backwards into the goal.
Yeah.
That's a bloody good goal.
Yeah. See, but that's talent.
That's talent. No. That's what I'm trying to say. That could have been a skill. It started out as a skill, and then he worked on it. Because talent is just hard work.
Yeah.
Skill, isn't it?
No, skill is hard work. Because skill, you can learn how to weave a basket. That's a skill. but someone who, the guy or the lady that invented the basket, that was talent. You know what I mean? I think, was it, I think it was, I don't know if it was Bill Burr or Chris Rock. They had a bit about the difference in basketball between being technical, which is skillful, and being, they didn't say talented, they used another word. Anyway, the idea was that skillful is like putting the ball in the basket thing in basketball. But talent means jumping over other 5 guys to put the ball in the thing. It's not like no one else thought about jumping over 5 guys. Just they didn't have the talent to do it.
Oh, not necessarily. You could say that they haven't practiced enough. They didn't have the skill to do it.
But do you not think that some people, like everyone?
Yes, I do.
Okay, right now, Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, right? Let's stick with them. Do you think all the other players don't want to be as good? Do you think the other players are just slackers and they don't want to be as good? It's just they can't. You know, there's 2 of them, and there's probably 2 other guys, and that's it. Everyone else wants to be as good as them, but they just can't.
But he said that he works really hard to be that good.
On top of talent, you need to work a lot hard. Because here's in comedy, you see a lot of like really funny people, but they just give it up.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
You know funny people in real life that never go on stage. I know funny people in real life that never go on stage.
Yeah, I know people who are funnier in real life.
There we go. Yet they're not here doing a podcast. They're at home.
Lazy.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
So you think talent is something you're born with then?
Yeah. Because there's musicians, right? Like music. I can't sing for.
No, I can't.
I want to. I can rehearse. I can work at it, but it's just not gonna be as good as Mariah Carey. Do you think?
That's true.
Do you think the cheeky girls don't want to sing as well as Mariah Carey?
I think they do. I think they do want to sing as well as Mariah Carey. But yeah, Mariah Carey was born with a certain voice, wasn't she?
Yeah, that's.
You think other things, like for example, if the person who's like the best on the guitar in the world at the moment is whoever.
Yeah, that guy. Oh, whoever's good.
Yeah, whoever.
Yeah. I heard it on that Mariah Carey song. Oh my God,
whoever comes along.
Whoever has a song about himself. Whoever person who plays the guitar also has a song about them.
Yes.
Wow, this is fantastic. Okay, so whoever, what about it? He plays the guitar. He or she, it could be a she, right?
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Okay.
I'd say even more likely. And they are really good at the guitar. They can do like all of the chords.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure what else they can do, but they're really good at the guitar.
Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star and Yellow Submarine.
Yeah. They're that good. They're the sort of person who, I love this sort of person, who's so good at the guitar that they take requests, right? I love that person. When you're all sitting around and your mate's gets the guitar out and you go, oh, do you know that song? And they go like this. They're really talented. They go, hold on. Oh, I do know. And they sort of imagine it in their heads and they go, hold on, I think it goes a bit like this. Now hold on. And then they do the whole song. And you're like, that is a good guitar. Not everyone who plays the guitar can do that, right? So they're the sort of people, and I love those people. You know, like when you have a sing-along at home and that. I love those people. I love a sing-along.
Anyway.
I love
when do you have sing-alongs at home?
Well, I don't. Although I did do a karaoke on my own. I did a karaoke night on my own the other day. It's getting a bit bad.
But we're not judging in these unprecedented times. So what about the guy who plays the guitar? So he's playing the guitar.
Plays the guitar really well, this whoever. And he's the best guitarist in the bloody world, right? At the moment. But practices the guitar, let me say to you, 8 hours a day. has been doing so for, let me say to you, 20 years.
Yeah.
But is brilliant at the guitar. Now, do you think that is a natural talent? But he's better, he or she, no, she is better than anyone in the world. But do you not think that anyone who practiced the guitar for 8 hours a day for 20 years would be exactly the same level? Or do you think they've got something extra special they were born with?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because that's what makes the difference. I know it's the theory Malcolm Gladwell has, like the 10,000 hour rules, but who believes Malcolm Gladwell? He's not a real scientist, right? I do agree, there are people who are just innately just talented. There's there's gypsy bands in Romania, right? They're very famous throughout the world. Well, they're famous Romanians. We know about them, right?
Yeah.
And they don't know how to read music. They don't know how to read sheet music. But they just hear a song, and some of them, the ones in the bands, because it's like it's a thing that was passed from generation to generation. It's a family thing. Everyone sings or plays instruments. They don't know how to read music, but they hear it and they know how to play it immediately. Some people are like that, right?
That is an immense talent as well, actually. However,
right, like Freddie Mercury. Don't you think that other people wanted to sing like him?
Yes. Exactly. I would love to sing like Freddie Mercury, personally, myself.
Right? But you just can't, you cannot do it. But you say that he's the best guitarist, but how do you quantify something like art?
Oh, well, that's just my opinion. He is the best, she is the best guitarist. But that's basically, she's one of the top guitarists in the world.
But what does it mean? Because there were people throughout history who changed the way that people played the guitar. Yes. Why is Jimi Hendrix, B.B. King, the guy from AC/DC? I don't know. How do you judge them? Here's right, because you can't quantify it as in sports. Oh, they won 10 gold medals, so they're obviously the best.
I don't know. I think you can in a way, because why is there so much agreement on Jimi Hendrix being the best guitarist?
Because he revolutionized playing guitar. No one ever tried playing guitar with their teeth before. But here's Jimi Hendrix. He puts his teeth to the guitar. People go crazy. They go like, no one ever tried to do that.
Is it a good? Does it sound good?
No, it's an acquired taste. It's
point just doing.
It's no Billie Eilish, but what do you miss, Nicole Harris?
I miss you mean music wise or like in general?
No, just in general.
Oh, I miss.
Do you miss people playing music on their phones when you're going somewhere on the bus?
Oh, I do not miss that at all.
Even if it's good music.
I couldn't care less if it's good music or bad music. It's bloody selfish either way. I hate people who do that. People who do that should be chucked off the bus immediately. I do not understand why they're allowed to continue their journey.
Or doing that just for entertaining everybody.
They're not entertaining everyone. They are causing noise obstruction.
Noise obstruction?
I just made that. Is that a word? Noise.
It is now. So
noise obstruction.
So
do you know what? I was on the tube. I was on the bus once, right? And this guy, right? He gets on, right? He's a young kid. He's got like different colour shoes, which immediately made me think, this guy, he's got different colour shoes, right?
I have different colour socks.
Let me see the other one.
This is Van Gogh.
Yeah.
And this is Hokusai. This is the wave. It's a different thing.
Look very similar to me.
I already like the guy. So.
No, you wouldn't like him actually. You wouldn't like him, Victor, because.
All right. So different colors, different color shoes.
Yes,
so what happened?
He's wearing different color trainers. Firstly, right?
Yeah.
He's an idiot. He's got bleached blonde hair, dyed, right? He's got this. He hasn't got a phone. He's got this massive. What is it called? Like.
Boombox.
Stereo thing that he's holding.
Yeah.
Really loud.
Yeah.
He gets on the bus, right? He sits down the other side to me, and he starts it's his own private little party. He starts playing really loud his music.
But what music?
It's irrelevant. That's
okay,
irrelevant.
So what happened then? He played the music and he was
no
loud.
one was saying anything. They were just like, mustn't say anything, mustn't say anything, mustn't say anything. He's going to go mad. He's a nutter. He's going to go mad. So I said to him, excuse me, could you put some headphones on, please? And then he just went, oh, yeah, all right then.
Oh.
And that was it. He did it.
Yeah, but it wasn't the quiet carriage on the bus. It was just the normal bus.
Just
there was
the normal
noise
bus.
from outside coming through, right? Like, what about the noise that the cars make while you're in traffic?
No, there's no noise from the cars. That's just passing noise that everyone hears and gets used to. This was someone who put on his own music really loud, which was not necessary, whereas passing car noise is necessary because otherwise you can't actually drive a car.
Yeah, but it's not pleasant. So he was trying to imbue the word? He was trying to he's trying to elevate the situation, right? Because I'm just assuming that he was playing some tunes.
No, he
some
was
bangers.
He thought he was playing tunes. I did not agree, and he cannot just impose himself like that on the world. He has to impose. He has to put his headphones on and listen to his music if that's what he wants to do. There's lots of people around him. We don't all want to be in his world. He needs to be aware of that and shut the fuck up. So, which he did eventually. And then he actually turned out to be quite a nice little boy. I mean, he was a little boy. He was about 20, but to me, that's kind of a little boy.
Okay, so if he would be playing out of a loudspeaker, that would be impolite, right? And he should have stopped. He should have put his headphones. What about when people start singing on the bus? You know what I mean? When like there's a group of people that are a bit drunk and they start singing the song, and then the whole bus or the whole carriage joins in, and then it's not just them; it's everyone's moment.
No, it's not everyone's moment because it's not my moment. Because I don't want to be involved in this singing, this noise that is being imposed on me.
What if it's happy birthday?
Huh?
What if they're singing happy birthday to a child in a wheelchair? What if they're doing that? You don't like that either.
That is even worse, if anything.
Why? Because the child can't go anywhere.
The child is on the bus. The child's going somewhere.
Yeah.
When you get to the place you're going to, be it a restaurant, be it anything you want, you can then sing the happy birthday. Don't bother everyone else around you with the happy birthday.
But let's say the destination is near your house. Would they then be allowed to make any noise? What if it's your neighbor? So your neighbor can't sing on the bus. But what if they sing when they get home? Isn't that a bigger problem? So if you compare someone making noise in their home as being your neighbor.
The thing is, as long as they keep it to one verse
of
Happy Birthday.
Per song.
No, just one verse of Happy Birthday. So they don't repeat the Happy Birthday. And they don't give it all this for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. They don't do any of that. They just stop at Happy Birthday.
Yeah.
Don't try and bring in that song. Was it Lionel Richie or Stevie Wonder?
Yeah. Happy
birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya.
Yeah, we're going to be flagged by YouTube for singing the song now.
In fact, you know what? Just singing that now made me think maybe I am on a similar level to Mariah Carey.
Yeah. So yeah, Stevie Wonder, right? They called him Wonder because he was just a wonderful child. He was incredibly talented.
He is. And
right?
Stevie Wonder is a lovely man as well. I don't know if you've ever met him. I've never met him actually, but
No.
I've seen him be interviewed, and I just think he's got a really nice aura, and I think he's a lovely man. That's all.
But what if this lovely man would be on the bus?
Oh no,
Just
no.
bobbing left and right, singing, singing about how beautiful life is. Can you allow Stevie Wonder to improve the atmosphere on the bus? He can't leave the bus. He is by himself. And what if his guide dog joins in? You know those dogs that like to sing when they hear a song as well?
The ones that you get on Britain's Got Talent and they just bark and people go, "What's your talent?" The dog sings. No, he doesn't. He's not singing. He's barking at music because he wants to go home. Well, if Stevie Wonder got on the bus started singing, if he sings, right, let me say it like this, right? Okay, let him sing, right? Let him sing, right?
Yeah.
But if he gets that bloody harmonica out and he starts doing that, then he's off. He's off. I'll escort him off of the bus. I'll be like, "Excuse me, Stevie, would you like a hand?" So I'll look like I'm doing a good deed, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll just be like, "Right, off you go."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. The harmonica is definitely something that you don't want to.
I mean, let's cool it down a bit, Stevie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know you've got a talent, but you don't have to bring out the harmonica at every opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let someone else do that. You let that be someone else's talent. Don't try and double, triple your talent. You're already a good singer. You're already playing the piano. You've got a lovely sense of humour. You know, you've got lovely hair, long. Don't now try and get the harmonica going. You know what I mean? Give that to someone else, Stevie.
What do you think about people saying that he can actually see? That he's been tricking the entire world. This is like I can't remember. I think it was Shaq. You know, Shaquille O'Neal. I think he is the guy who doesn't believe that Stevie Wonder is actually blind. Or Snoop Dogg or someone. I remember I watched someone really go at it and go like, "Hey man, I tell you, I was in the same room and he knew I was there." So what do you think about that? Do you think he's been tricking everybody?
No, I don't think that. I've never heard that. That is a conspiracy theory too far. I think that is a conspiracy theory. What would he have possibly achieved by? You know what I mean?
A lyrical blind child that plays music? You're not fascinated by that?
What? They think he's done it to get a recording contract.
When he was 7, yeah, probably that with his parents or his managers. Because at the time, oh my God, the stories.
No, I don't believe that. Because, although that said, I've never seen him with either a guide dog or a stick.
Yeah.
So there may be some. And also, he wears those sunglasses all the time, doesn't he? So he might just be like playing like the piano and then just like looking down at the notes. You know what I mean? Every now and again, like "Happy birthday to," you know what I mean?
Yeah. What happens? What goes after happy? Oh, birthday. Happy. But don't you feel like the sunglasses don't really help if his eyesight is weak? The sunglasses is gonna make it worse.
I know. So you know what? Who said this about Stevie Wonder? Because I'm starting to get suspicious now. Yeah. Because
But you know what's good about Stevie Wonder? I don't think he ever saw. I know, because we were talking earlier about Jamie Foxx. I know Ray Charles lost his eyesight, so he could see when he was a kid. But I don't think Stevie ever did.
No, I think
so. It's not like he's missing it, right? You don't know what you have till it's gone, kind of a thing.
I think he's probably still missing it. Oh, bless him. You know what? Can I tell you this story? I saw, because I love Stevie Wonder, right? I saw Stevie Wonder, right? And it was so funny, right? Because he's great, Stevie. And he was doing this concert, right? I saw it on YouTube, right? And he was doing this concert, and he does this song, right? Isn't She Lovely, right? It's a beautiful song. I don't know if you've heard it. It's about his daughter. It's actually about his daughter when she was born, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, he's got like 5,000 fans, more 10,000 stadium. Yeah. And he goes, like, everyone, come on, sing along, right? So the audience are going like, isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she special?
Oh, they don't know the last thing. Yeah.
And he's like, and they're all like, and then the camera kind of like rushes back to Stevie, right?
Yeah.
And like you can see the panic in his sunglasses. So. It's really bad. But I loved that moment because he really overestimated the loyalty of his fans.
Can you imagine if that didn't go well? If people started, I think the meanest thing is a Stevie Wonder concert not going well and people starting throwing tomatoes at him. He can't even dodge them.
What about people starting to leave and he doesn't know?
Oh.
And he's like, "Come on, everyone!" And then.
Do you think he's still doing concerts now during COVID with no audience? But the people that help him out tell him like, yeah, we asked the audience to be quiet this time.
There's 10,000 people here, Steve. It's unbelievable. The atmosphere is brilliant.
Yeah, it's one of the symptoms. People are quiet. He doesn't know, right? He can't read the paper. Poor guy.
He's actually very intuitive. He's got really good senses.
Senses?
You know, his other senses.
Oh, so they've developed.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Because one of them.
They developed because I tell you what, I've got a blind friend in Paris, right, called Najib. That's his name, Najib. He's the most amazing person you'll ever meet in your life. He's just amazing.
Aside from you.
Oh yeah, of course. That goes without saying. Yeah, aside from me. And once I said, we went somewhere and we got off the tube in Paris, the metro, and I said, "Leave it with me, Najib. Put your hand here on my shoulder. I will take us to where we go." Right? And he goes, "Okay." And then we got off, and I went left, and he goes, "Nicole, I think it's right." And I was like, "Najib, shh, I'll be taking us around. Nothing from you. I know where I'm going, Najib." I like, and he kept quiet for about 10 minutes. And then after 10 minutes, I thought, shit, he was right. And I went, "Actually, you were right, Najib." And I just turned us around after 10 minutes. He knew more without ever seeing where he was going than I did. That's how bad I am with directions.
That's a sad story, Nicole.
No, it's not. He's amazing. It's not sad because he was right. So basically, after that,
But you made him walk 20 extra minutes.
Yeah, I mean that was bad. But after that, because I was so bad with directions, to be fair, I just let him lead me around.
So you got a blind person to lead you around a town? Oh my God.
Yeah, but he knew so much about Paris. He knew everything. He was like, he'd give me a guided tour. He would give me a guided tour. He was amazing. He'd be like, on your left, you've got the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
On your right, and I'm like, what? This guy is amazing. He used to like ride a bike and hold on to my friend. Yeah, he was This guy is the best guy you've ever met in your life. I just think he's just a beautiful person. He used to ride a bike and he used to put his hand on Xavier, that's our other friend, his French friend, Xavier's shoulders. He used to ride the bike.
So did this guy see at some point in his life? And he
I think he saw up until he was a child, but like up until 4 or 5, you know,
okay.
not kind of like he was an adult, obviously, by the time I met him, and he did DIY, he fixed it, he had his own business. This guy is just the best guy I've ever met in my whole life. I just admired him so much.
Where is he now?
Well, I don't talk to him anymore.
With the
No,
most amazing guy in the world. You
I
don't keep
do.
in touch.
No, I do. He's in Paris. He lives in Paris with his girlfriend Corinne.
Now I understand.
And they're both Buddhists.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and they're just amazing people.
So what did he do in a previous life that he deserved this into this one? Oh my God. Like he's a Buddhist, right? What goes around comes around. Just like a bus.
You can't say that.
Because we are trying to talk about
We're trying.
Yes. Don't you miss the blind people on the bus asking you for change? No, they're not. There's not a lot on the bus because the bus is just it's very unstable. So you don't have like the beggars on the bus, but they are on trains and tubes, right?
Yeah, they are.
If there's because I've been thinking a lot about the saying, "You don't know what you got till it's gone," and I'm sure that goes for trains. Like if the train leaves the station, you miss the train, so you don't go. But what I don't miss is the tubes full of people not looking at the blind people or the beggars asking for money. That's the most awkward interaction in London, when someone starts taking something out of their purse and then everyone's looking like, oh my God, now I have to do it. So that's one thing that they do. There's a weird guy, I think have you ever seen The Devil versus Daniel Johnston?
The what?
The Devil versus Daniel Johnston.
No, never.
Documentary about this autistic musician, very, very talented. He made like very weird music. And there's a similar guy that kind of reminds me of him at Tottenham Court Road in the underground station. And he's just fantastic. He's just so sweet, such a sweet voice. But there's something, like, I don't know. I don't know what kind of stuff he has, but he's not of this world. But the music.
What, is he a homeless person?
Sorry?
Is he a homeless person?
I don't know. I don't think he's homeless because he has like a card reader and like a piano kind of a thing. Oh yeah, he has a card reader.
So he's a busker.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a busker. Oh, they're not homeless. They're making money from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what? And you like him? You're saying?
Yeah, I kind of like that guy. And I like the Romanians who play the accordion in the tube. They make music. They bring.
They're so annoying. Actually, Victor, I do not. With the accordion and then jumping up and down, going, and I'm like, excuse me, I'm trying to read my book.
Are you really? Are you reading books? Are you really reading? What are you reading?
No,
what have you been reading before?
I'm looking at Facebook, but if I wanted to go to a concert with an accordion, I would go to a concert with an accordion. I don't want you imposing your accordion on me when I'm not asking you for an accordion. Can I ask you this question though? Because you are Romanian. Why are Romanians obsessed with selling handkerchiefs?
You mean like paper napkins?
Yeah, like tissues. What packet of tissues?
Because they can buy a multi-pack and sell them individually. That's why. Because it's something that everyone needs on the tube, and if you don't have a skill, you don't know the language, what are you gonna do?
Oh, is that why they do it? Because I just wondered why.
And it's great markup, right? So you can charge £1 or 50p for one packet, but you can buy, I don't know, like 12 of them. And
can I just say, I get that now. Now you've explained it to me from the Romanian point of view. Thank you very much for that. But what I don't understand is I've never in my life seen anyone ever buy the packet of tissues, right, in my life. However, I've seen a lot of people give money to people who do like a speech and that. So why don't they go to that model?
Because they don't want to fool people. They just want to earn an honest living. Actually, there's a thing in Romania on the train. This is happening in other places, but I know specifically on the train between my hometown in Romania and Bucharest, when I used to be in university and I used to like travel on the train, there is one particular guy who goes, takes the train because it's free for people who can't speak or who are deaf. People with disability in Romania, public transport is free, right? And they go around the train up and down, and they sell stuff like that. They sell like napkins, pens, notebooks, all sorts of knickknacks, like keychains, you know, with like noises and lights. And that's his job. He has like a little message saying that, and it's the same guy that I've seen for like 10, 15 years. I know the guy.
He must be doing well out of it then, if he carries on.
I don't think he's doing well, but I think it's a job. I don't know anyone else that would hire him because he has this is the reality. But he makes an honest living, and people know him. And you know, I've bought pens and notebooks from him.
And that's fair enough then. I think I admire him then.
But what if he would sing for the money? Because that's the problem, right? Like I noticed this in Edinburgh during the festival.
You keep on making me nearly spit out my drink.
You know, during the festival in Edinburgh, there's a lot of street performers, a lot of circus people with actual talent and skills, right? And they come into town, and there's the Edinburgh homeless people on the street begging with no skill or talent.
Oh, bless them.
Can you imagine how
it would be? I do give them to them sometimes.
Yeah.
Because like there was one I gave to because like I was flyering.
Yeah.
He was really supportive of me. He was saying to them, go to her show. And then I kept on looking at him and he was like, yeah, you're doing well.
Yeah.
Oh, he was so supportive of me. So I gave him some money.
But what if he was just a bum?
He might have been, but as long as he said that I was funny,
yeah,
I fell for it. I'll fall for anything. And if anyone says I'm funny, I'll be like, okay, like that's the way to get me. To be honest, I fall for it every time.
So that's what people should do on public transport. They should go individually, like person, like, oh, that book seems interesting. You seem like a clever person that knows the words in this book, and you're like, oh my god, I am.
Yeah, no, fun. They have to say I'm funny. So if they were like, you know, if they were playing, say Stevie walked on, you know what I mean, and he was like, oh, you know what, Nicole, is that your name? And I say, yeah, how did you know? And he'd go, I'm using my other senses.
That's wonderful.
That's what I do. I'd say, well, that's very good. He goes, can I play a song? I go, no, you cannot play a song.
Yeah.
I do not want you imposing yourself on me. And he'll go, oh, Nicole, you know what? That's fair enough. But you seem very funny. And I go, get that harmonica out now.
Yeah.
You get it going, mate. You get it going. Isn't she lovely? I join in everything. That is that I'm so easy to fool.
Yeah.
Fool me once, shame on me.
Yeah.
No, you. Sorry.
You and George Bush can't get this right. Yeah. But it's fun. It's good company to be in.
I was getting ahead of it. Fool me once, shame on you.
Yeah.
Fool me twice.
Yeah.
Still shame on you, because you should not be trying to fool me, you prick.
Romanian prick.
Romanian prick. Take your harmonica and go home.
Talking about Romanian. You know what's the thing I do, and because you're such a person about rules. I like to jump gates and not pay for the ticket. What do you think of that?
That is absolute. What you mean, comedy gigs or?
No. Yeah, because comedy gigs, you say that you're a comedian, and they go like, okay, just go.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say to you that you shouldn't be.
But public transport, because in order to get to some gigs, I have to take public transport, and I have to jump gates and not pay tickets because they're expensive, right? Some gigs you go at the beginning of once per year in comedy. You do gigs for no money. So then you end up spending a lot on transport. And in this country, it's the worst, the most expensive public transport, right? So by that logic, what's wrong with me jumping the gates?
Hold on. What do you mean? Do you literally jump over the gates?
No, I have a lot of methods. I go into train stations where I know the gates are open. I have my ways.
Yeah. Don't reveal them here, because then everyone will do it.
The thing that I'm afraid is that I won't be able to do it anymore.
Why not?
If I tell people, because then people know. You know what I mean?
Don't tell people. Never tell anyone.
Here's the thing that I know for sure. The bus between London and Brighton, the one that goes through King's Cross, not the Gatwick Express from London Victoria.
Thameslink.
The Thameslink, there's never someone checking the tickets.
Yes, there is though. When you get to Brighton.
No, but you can just go, behind someone.
That's true. That's true.
The big gates, that open for a really long time, the ones where you're just supposed to take a trolley or like a buggy, they open for a really long time, and like 5 people could go through at once.
I hate people who do that. Someone did that to me once through the little one, and like nearly bashed into me.
Yeah.
And I said, "Excuse me, don't try and follow me through the gates. Buy a ticket."
Why not?
I do get it. It's expensive. I'll be honest. The Brighton, the only risk with that though is, and this is a risk that you may take actually, Victor, because I get it. I'll allow it. But
oh my God.
I'll allow it.
All right, but I feel like there's a but.
But no, I'm just saying for your own benefit now, because I know how these things work, right? You might one day get caught on the train. They might ask for your ticket on the train. It's rare, but there might be people on the train. So you need to have a story lined up in your head, or you need to be watching to see if they get on. So then that's when you get off.
What say? No English. What? No. Do you Russian? Speak Russian? I know no English. Sorry.
But you'll be like on the train with me, and we'll be like, oh yeah. Well, no. What gig is that? That was a weird gig. Yeah. What do you reckon of it? And then they go, give me tickets, and you go, not English.
Yeah.
And then I'm in trouble. Then I'm the one that gets.
Why are you in trouble?
Then they look at me like I'm with like someone who's.
They will celebrate you for not voting for Brexit.
True, I did. Yeah, I didn't vote for Brexit.
Right, you're hanging out with foreigners. That's the future of humanity.
Yeah, but how are you going to get out of it? They won't let you get out of it that easily. They'll charge you a fine, and they'll take your address and your name, and you can't get out of it.
And what's my name?
Victor Pastrami.
Exactly. And you know who's going to get fined? Victor Pastrami. Where does Victor Pastrami live? Huh?
I think they'll arrest you.
What, for a ticket to Brighton that costs £20? They're going to
I don't know what they'll do. Actually, it's a good question. I don't know what they do.
Exactly. They will fine you. They will ask your name.
Yeah.
And then your address. And they'll send a fine to that person that lives at that address.
Let's do it now. Like, I'll say to you, pretend you're on the train.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
What?
Right? I'm saying it in a sarcastic way because I can tell by the look of you, you haven't paid. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, all right. Sorry, I can't find my ticket. All right, so
excuse me, sir.
we've established that I can speak English and I understand you.
Oh, I thought you were going to do the whole, I can't speak English. Oh,
Huh?
I listed.
Well, I can't speak English. It's just I can't speak English for like 15 minutes until they give up because they realize they're not getting paid enough to deal with
Okay,
this
let's
kind
do
of
it.
bullshit.
Right, excuse me, sir. Right, can I have your ticket, please?
And it's that for like 15 minutes. I don't know. I pretend like I'm Spanish or Italian.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave at the next stop because you haven't got a ticket. And you're going to end up getting off at, like, what is it, like some weird place?
At Three Bridges and take a double-decker.
Three Bridges?
Yeah.
Excuse me, you're at Three Bridges now. You'll have to get off because you haven't got a ticket.
Yes, I wait 15 minutes to half an hour and I take the next train.
Got you. I thought you said you didn't speak English, you liar. We were still in the role play. Yeah.
No, I'm trying to
explain. In the role play. We were still in the role play. So
spoiled.
Now you got
kids.
You owe me 20 quid now.
But you know what I mean? What's wrong with not paying when you're not paying Virgin trains?
Well, the thing is, do you do it? I tell you, I've done it before. I have actually done it before at Brighton. You know, like it's a lot longer. It's a lot longer to get on the Thameslink than it is to get on the Gatwick Express to do a gig at Brighton, right?
Yeah.
So I might like get on the Gatwick Express. I might get on the Thameslink to Brighton, but on the way home, I'm like, oh, it's going to take ages. There's a Gatwick Express, get on it, right? So I've done that before, and I have had to kind of like follow someone through the barriers because at the Gatwick Express, let me tell you this now, and
they check on Gatwick.
They check.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Don't go on that.
Check.
Go on the other one that doesn't check.
But that's a longer one.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. What, the Three Bridges one that goes through Three Bridges and all of that?
Yeah, that's like it's an hour and 20-something minutes, and it gets you straight into King's Cross.
Yeah, but the Gatwick Express is like 40 minutes.
Yeah, but it gets you into Victoria, and then you need to get out of the station, take until you get
much quicker. You be in King's Cross much quicker if you got the Gatwick Express.
My point is, it's totally fine to jump on a train without paying the ticket.
Well, the thing is, I have done that before myself, but I don't think it is totally fine because what your mentality is, right, is what's called the free rider.
Yeah.
So basically, if everyone acted in the way you act, society would fall apart, and you rely on the fact that other people do not break the law and do not act like that. So really, that attitude, the free rider, is very selfish.
Yes, of course. I'm not recommending this to other people. I'm saying that I should do this. That's why I'm not trying to, because there's other things that I've figured out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. I think that I can't say it's always okay.
Yeah.
But all I would say is be careful you don't get caught by the train inspectors because they can be a bit horrible.
I've noticed that there are train inspectors at London Bridge. So you can't leave the gates at London Bridge without being noticed that you're jumping the gates. Because that's a southeastern territory and they have their minions at the gates.
Well, the thing
Which are very sneaky bastards because they tell you that you're being recorded by CCTV. And it's like old people telling me that. And I look around and I go like, there's no CCTV here. And they go like, oh, I'm going to call my superiors. And they put the phone onto their ear, but I can still see the wallpaper.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah. And I'm like, this guy's trying to make me give him my details. I'm not giving this guy my passport number. And it's just, right?
So what did you do? Just run away? Because if you run away, you
tell them that my name is Victor Patrascan.
And you can run away. Did you run away though? Because I don't.
He gave me a fine to a guy that I don't know.
But you gave him the address.
No, I know other addresses. You don't have to give your address. Is this news to you? You know what I mean? There's other addresses.
No, but usually they look it up. They've got a way of looking it up.
What? Look up your name to your address? That's GDPR. You can't do that to people. Police,
no, they can.
Police can do that.
No,
Inspector for the train. You don't have any. That's the thing, because you think they're authority, but they're not. They're just like, like your teachers. You can tell them to fuck off.
Yeah, I know. But if the TfL inspectors, they can, or the bus inspectors, they have a way. They need proof. They won't let you go until you've got proof. What you can do is just run away. You can kind of like
I don't want to create a commotion. I am a foreigner. I don't have my papers with me. I know my name and my address.
Yeah, well, in fairness, I did do that a couple of times in Paris. I just pretended I didn't speak French and they let me go. Do you know what? My dad said he did that. He went traveling when he was a young boy, and I'm sure he caused a lot. He's a bit of a geezer, my dad, and he doesn't tell me half the stories. But he travelled to like Italy, from Spain to Italy, and said he had to hide in the toilet the whole time because he didn't have a ticket. Yeah. And they were going to catch him. That's a long time to hide in the toilet. I mean, like,
but it's adventure. Now he has that story. It's adventure.
I wouldn't do it.
You can do that back home. You can't really do it now, but I think you can still kind of do it. But I used to do it when I was a kid. So the full price, let's say it's, I don't know, 20. It's never 20. It's like, let's say it's £10, but you don't want to pay the full price, so you just go on the train. And at the point the conductor comes along and says, "Do you have a ticket?" And you go like, "No, but can I give you some money?" And he goes like, "Yes." And you give him like, I don't know, £3, and he's fine with that. But
as a bribe?
The full price. Yeah.
As a bribe?
Yeah, that's how I grew up, with like bribing the conductors. Yeah.
But you know what? Are they very corrupt in Romania? Do they bribe a lot?
They used to much more when I was a kid.
Just anything. They can you can just bribe them. Just here, have £1. I mean, £3 not really a lot, is it? But I suppose...
No, but it is a part of the ticket. So you give them like between 30 and 50%. But at least you're not paying 100%.
But they keep that money.
Yeah. Well, they have children to feed, and
Well, the thing is, if
everyone... I feel like this is a moral conundrum for you. You don't...
It's really...
I don't know. Oh, I don't know what's happening here. I don't feel comfortable. I've been looking at you for like the past 15 minutes, and she's like, okay, I guess you're poor, so it's kind of fine, but you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it, right?
So, can we go back to the question about Stevie Wonder being on the bus? That was much easier for me. I'm struggling a lot with this scenario. I'm a moral. What's the word? A moral conundrum.
Oh yeah. So that's how I take the public transport. You know what I mean?
Well, if you ever try and follow me through a barrier, I will knock you out immediately. I will tell on you. I will call. You know what I would do? I will call that number. What is it? Say it, see it, sort it. And I'll be like, "Oh, say it, see it, sort it. Victor's on the floor. I've just knocked him out. He's trying to follow me through the barrier. Sort that."
No, that's what I'll do. I'm just nodding my head. No. But what I do like on the tube, I feel like, but I don't know the stations. There's certain stations where there's a particular person that does their own messaging.
Oh, it's so annoying.
You don't like that? I like them. They put like a little poem.
Oh my God.
You have a
let's start on this. Oh,
start on this. We've been talking for an hour and a half.
Already? Oh, Jesus. This is like the longest podcast in history.
This is the longest introduction. Nicole is like, yes, we're finally getting to the point.
I haven't even covered the car. I was going to talk about the car. Okay. Oh, Jesus, we have to wind up. Bloody hell. I had more...
So the announcement, the personal announcement, you don't like it?
No, it really annoys me the way that some people, and they might be comics and that might be their day job, right? they want to try and like bring their own DJ style kind of announcements to like get back behind the line. You are great. You're gonna have a great day today. Shut up! I don't need this first thing in the morning. Like, just be miserable. That's what we all are. Don't ruin my day with your silly happiness. With the, you know what I mean, with the announcements. Don't ruin it for me. Like, just say, stand behind the line, and the train is approaching. It's going to wherever you want to go to. Get on it. Stand back. Stand behind the yellow line. Don't try and give it your own little spin at like 8 o'clock in the morning when it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. You imagine, anyway, you might like it for whilst you're at the station. Imagine his colleagues. Yeah. Imagine them all day long having to hear that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but would they rather hear the same message over and over again, the recorded one?
Yes. They're supposed to say a set message. Don't go out of that message. Stick to the rules.
Does that mean that you don't line those signs, you know, on the whiteboard as you go into the station and you go by the I don't know, the gate things? You know, sometimes they have like a quirky quote for the day, or someone that you know, went to art school but failed in art and now they're working for the TFL. You know, they drew Stevie Wonder saying that, aren't you all wonderful?
Let me tell you about it, because I've thought about these whiteboard things, right?
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you rhetorically, who writes them? Because it's definitely not the station staff, right? Because these whiteboards, listen, right, these whiteboards are full of like positive messages. Be kind to everyone. You don't know what they've been through. Have compassion and kindness for your fellow human beings. Then you ask them to help you with your Oyster card, and they're like, fuck off and die. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but you've written that nice thing on the card. No, I ain't got time, love. Sorry. Look, so it's not the staff who are writing these boards.
Were they doing their nails? Were they checking their nails in that act out?
Excuse me, you know what you said on the board about helping people? Do you think you can fucking do it? You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's probably not the same person doing the drawing.
It's the staff who write those.
Yeah, it's just one person with talent and skill that knows how to use the Sharpie, and they write something positive for people. So maybe it helps some people not jump in front of the train.
Yeah, fair enough. But I think, you know, it needs to be consistent throughout all the staff. You know what I mean? It needs to create a nice atmosphere, and then when you go and speak to them as well, they're nice again, because let me tell you this, actions speak louder than words, right?
Yeah.
Actions speak louder than words. So if you're going to do nice words, you've got to do nice actions. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this, because I feel like you have something against the people who work for the TFL.
No, I love the people who work for TFL.
Let me ask you this. What if, because I can't remember who said it. I remember this idea, someone said at some point. If Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi would have been born 400 years ago.
400?
Yeah, where there was no football. Football was not invented. Yet they still had that fantastic talent.
Right.
What would they have done? What if the people working for the TFL now have a talent that could be used 300 years from now? And the only way to express themselves is through those messages. Through their station, you know, personalizing the station that they're working at.
No, because let me tell you something about that talent. It's all very nice, lovely, lovely, lovely. Agreed. However, a lot of it is not original.
Yeah, but it's still, you know what I mean? It's like telling street jokes. There's still a quality.
Nice.
Yeah.
Still nice. So what was the question? What if
What if they're just talented people that through whatever means in their life they can't express themselves through something else, and they're just stuck in a job for the TFL?
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very sad. But what has that got to do with Cristiano Ronaldo?
Well, they're just trying to express themselves, to get their talent. There's something that's boiling inside of them, right?
Oh, I
But they
see.
just don't have, probably the thing that they're gonna really be good at wasn't yet invented, or
Well,
maybe they didn't have any guidance in their life, and they could have
no,
been a fantastic singer or a fantastic painter, right? Even Hitler was a failed artist, right?
don't talk to me about Hitler. That's hit a nerve.
Right, but he can you imagine if his art?
Oh, do you reckon that's why he went and killed all those people, Jewish people, because he couldn't commission his paintings?
Oh, it's 100% the reason,
Is it?
because there's no other reason,
No.
right? So it's obviously that.
Why else? I mean, they say you should kill for your art. So
Who says that?
I
You
don't
should
know.
kill for your art? I don't think anyone says that.
No, die for your art. You should
Oh,
die.
that's a different thing. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So he didn't do that. Other people died for his art.
Exactly. Right.
I don't know.
There's a lot of art at the Tube, right? Like every station has its own style. Like you go
True.
Black Horse Road, there's like
Yeah.
black horses, in mosaic.
That's
You go
true.
Tottenham Court Road, there's other type of mosaics, right? The fonts that they use on London public transport, it's like a particular, there's a look, right? In Paris, the Tube and the public transport has like a specific thing, right? You
Yeah.
go to Russia, it's all sorts of
Russia's
metro in Russia. It's fantastic, right? So there is art. The
There
Tube,
is.
the map of the Tube in London.
There's a department at TFL called Art on the Underground, and they do the art. I mean, they might have been cut now because obviously, let's be honest, they're going to be the first to go. If you're making cuts, it's lovely to have a horse at Black Horse Road, but we'd rather have a train. Thank you very much.
But what about the mural at Brixton Station? They do that at Brixton Station. They have like a huge thing.
Yeah.
There's some local artists. I think they do one every year or something like that.
There's a lot of art. There's a lot of good art actually on the underground.
Exactly.
There's those poems. Have you seen?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't like those poems.
Why?
Because they don't rhyme. Don't write a poem unless it rhymes.
It's modern poetry.
I don't like poetry unless it rhymes.
Oh, okay.
I just think there's something
And
missing.
one of those people
It's
who don't like comedy unless it's funny.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when a magician does a trick and doesn't say abracadabra. It ruins it completely.
Ruins the whole trick.
Ruins the whole thing.
Yes, she is in 2 parts now. She's half and half. But what about abracadabra?
Abracadabra. You know what I mean? I want to see David Blaine or whatever his name is come out after spending 2 weeks underground with no air and go abracadabra.
But that's not real magic, is it? Like spending a lot of time underground. It's like it's like he's self-quarantining in a block of ice. Like David Blaine.
Actually, I don't know. Is it real magic?
I don't think it is.
What is magic?
It's like wow, there's an elephant there and there was no elephant there.
Yeah, the elephant in the room. The old elephant in the room trick.
Exactly.
Yeah, abracadabra.
Elephant in the room.
Abracadabra.
Yeah.
Let's bring
the art, Nicole. It's all around you, and that's what the public transport is. It's a walking, driving work of art, right? And the buskers, Romanian accordion players, are part of it.
No, I'm afraid you're never going to sell me on the accordion players, because listen, if I sit down and watch a YouTube video, right, let me type in, what is it? Romanian accordion players, right?
Mm-hmm.
I sit down, I want to watch a video of a Romanian accordion player. I'm enjoying it. I'm like, right? That's in my own time. When I'm on the tube, I don't want you imposing it on me. When I've got to get to a meeting or whatever, I'm going to a gig. I'm trying to think of like, what am I going to say? And then suddenly I don't want that, I'm afraid. And also, it is illegal.
What's illegal?
It's illegal to
play the accordion.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
100%. 100%.
No.
100.
Nicole Harris, joy cannot be illegal. Because that's what they're doing. They're bringing joy to people.
It's illegal. They're busking on the tube. Because the thing is, right, the buskers have their own, I don't know if you know this, but they have their own patch. They have their own number. They're registered. They're registered with the tube.
Yeah.
The tube have like auditions where the buskers, it's like Britain's Got Talent or X Factor. Whatever. And it is. They do it. They have the busking auditions, and you choose, and the buskers get through, and then they get licensed to busk, and then they have different time slots and things like that. So they're allowed to busk, whereas the people who are playing the accordion, they didn't get through the first band camp, and.
But they are playing when the saints all marching in, and that's what they're doing. They're like angels bringing art to the masses.
I don't think Romanians play "Oh When the Saints Go Marching In," do they?
Oh, they do.
Oh, I do quite like that one.
Yeah, see?
Oh, when the saints.
So is there anything to be complaining about the TfL or public transport in general? I don't think there is. It's perfect.
Well, I don't think it's perfect. I do think we've got some of the best public transport networks in like compared to a lot of countries. I was going to say in the world.
Yeah, but you were thinking, wait, maybe there is Germany. No, Germany, yeah.
Yeah. There's others. Yeah.